Welcome to Simply Naturally Simi. I am excited to be coming to you. It's a weekend, so I am experimenting. I tend to film over the weekend, so we are making a chicken dish today. It's going to be fried chicken. I don't know what to call it yet, but once I know what to call it, I'm going to put the name on the screen. I've got some chicken thighs. This is the first step of this dish. So I've got some chicken thighs that have been skinned or de-skinned. Is that what you call it? I've got some apple cider vinegar just over there. I have got some garlic granules, paprika, ginger, black pepper, and I've got some milk. I've also got a bowl just over there. You can use an egg instead of milk. Some people choose to use an egg. Obviously milk has got some carbs, so I'm going to start off by making some buttermilk so that my chickens can soak in buttermilk. So I've just got about 85 mils of milk in there, and then I am going to add some apple cider vinegar just to turn that into buttermilk. I think I'll just add 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar and then stir it together. Then in there, I am going to add some garlic granules. So about a teaspoon of garlic. And then I'm adding some paprika. A teaspoon of paprika. I have got some ground ginger as well, so a teaspoon of ginger, and I'm just going to use a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper for that. About half a 1/4 teaspoon because I don't want it to be too peppery. Then I'm just going to mix that together, just like that. I'll then focus on the chicken while that is sitting on the side. So I've got some chicken thighs just here, and they have been skinned, as you can see. So I'm just going to cut those into cubes. So your desired chunks really. So this is what I'm going for. You can use chicken breast if you desire. So I then reach out for my pink Himalayan salt and just give it a good shake. Not too much salt because you're going to use some salt for the butter as well. So I'll say about half a teaspoon of salt. And then we're just going to stir that chicken and coat it with buttermilk. So this is our chicken. I am going to let this rest or marinate in the fridge for about 30 minutes to an hour. If you want to do it overnight, you are welcome to do that. My chicken has been in the fridge and it smells divine. It's been marinating, so it's ready for the frying process. And on this plate, I have got my spices. So I have got a teaspoon of white pepper. I've got a teaspoon of ginger. I've got a teaspoon of garlic, 1.5 teaspoon of paprika. I've got 2 teaspoons of mustard powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, half a teaspoon of celery salt, half a teaspoon of oregano, a teaspoon of basil, a teaspoon of thyme, and half a teaspoon of salt. So these are all my spices. You can use any spice blend or spice mix that you like, or you can pick a few spices from this 11 herb list. Just pick the ones that work for you or the ones you have in store. For my flour substitutes, I am using some psyllium husk, 70 grams of psyllium husk in there, and I am using it as a flour substitute. I've chosen to trial psyllium husk and also a protein powder. So this is diet whey, and this is what it looks like. So I'm thinking to try both flours, both as a flour substitute, and see which one turns out the best. So I'm going to go ahead and heat up some oil. Okay, so these are my flours, and I am just going to mix these spices together, and then I will divide them in half between the two flours. Okay, I'm happy with this mix. So I'm just going to divide it between these two. Once those are divided, I'm then going to use my fork just to mix. I think we need some salt, so I'm just going to just crack some salt in there. So obviously salt to taste. That's my oil heating up, and this is my psyllium and the chicken. You can bake this chicken if you like, or put it in an air fryer, but I don't know how that would pan out. It's Saturday night for me, so I am looking for a takeaway replacement. So I don't mind deep frying on a Saturday, and I don't count my calories on a Saturday, because the oil just coats the chicken outside, and then there is no oil that penetrates into the chicken, so you're only using the oil just to coat the chicken on the outside and cook it. If you're doing it the right way and your oil is hot, that should be what happens, and you can put your chicken on the side to drain any excess oil before you go ahead and eat it. So this is the chicken, and I think our oil is at a good temperature. So I am just going to roll that in there. I'll do a couple just so that it doesn't go in the pan on its own, because this process looks like it could take some time. But you want to make sure that you know, when you pick up the chicken, you are draining any excess liquid. So say if you're using egg, you'll see that you'll have more liquid to drain. But I used milk and it's minimal, so it looks like we don't have a lot of liquid to drain. I am using olive oil to fry my chicken, so I'm using light olive oil. Once you're happy with the temperature of your oil and you're sure that it's hot, you're then going to fry on medium heat for about 8 minutes. So this is the chicken 8 minutes later. You want to make sure that your pan is not overcrowded, because if it is overcrowded, your chicken is just going to get a lot of moisture and won't fry evenly. So that's our chicken. That's the psyllium husk one. We then move on to the protein powder one. So this is the protein flour one. Protein powder, not flour. So you're just going to coat the chicken with the protein powder mixture and let it cook for 8 to 10 minutes. So this is the final product. That's the chicken that's been made with protein powder, and that's the psyllium husk one. I must say the protein powder one is quite crispy. Listen to this. It's very yummy. It is crispy and yummy. The psyllium husk one is not crispy, so it's not crispy at all. I don't know, maybe I crowded it or such, but it's not crispy. But I like the taste of it. Spices come through nicely. And what I'm going to do is I am going to serve this one as it is, but with the psyllium husk one, because it's already darkened in color and it hasn't got a crispiness to it, I am going to turn it into like a Chinese style chicken. So I'll show you how I achieve that. I am making some Chinese inspired chicken, fried chicken. So I've already got my chicken fried. I would have shot this earlier on. So that's the chicken that has been fried with psyllium husk. I've got a chopped spring onion. I've got some white wine vinegar, balsamic vinegar, and a soy sauce. I've also got some olive oil just for frying. You're going to start off by adding a tablespoon of olive oil or any oil of your choice to a hot pan. Then your spring onions, and then you're going to add some salt. Just sprinkle salt to your taste and just stir that until the onions are a bit done. You don't want them to be brown, so you then go ahead and add around a tablespoon of soy sauce, dark soy sauce, and then a tablespoon of white wine vinegar, and also a tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. You're then going to add the chicken bites into your pan, and you just want the chicken bites to suck up all those lovely juices. You don't want to overdo this process, so you turn your cooker off and you just stir and take your chicken away from the heat, and then you're going to plate up. So that's our chicken done and all plated up. That's the Chinese inspired fried chicken, and this is the buttermilk fried chicken. The buttermilk one is quite crispy, and the Chinese one is what you'd expect. It's soft, it's lovely, it's gooey, it's amazing, and it's got the tangy taste to it, and it's got a kind of like a sweetness to it as well. The buttermilk one is amazing, dipped in ketchup or mayonnaise, and the Chinese one is great served with fried rice or fried cauliflower rice. Thank you so much for watching. Ta-da!